Since 2005, the North Shore Advancing Urban Agriculture Initiative of VCH has been working to increase access to vegetables and fruit for all community members, especially for people with low income, by creating partnerships, providing resources, and support for promising projects.
We planned out farming areas, and that was to our detriment, and now we have to think of creative ways to bring it back into this kind of built-out environment. We decided a good project would be a community survey. It was between 83 and 88% support for community gardens in the district. I'm so glad that we pursued it.
The whole garden is essentially a classroom. People eating together is very important, and people working on the earth together is important. Without help from Vancouver Coastal Health, we wouldn't be able to achieve a different level of connection to Mother Earth, raising awareness and participation in physical activities that may not have otherwise occurred with our youth and elders. We know that every bit of funding that we get brings us closer to our goals.
A big part of it is the power of community, of coming together to talk about, but also to produce food together, and that's been really beneficial. We're really pleased to be working within a North Shore food community and network that seems to be growing, and really thankful to VCH for helping to promote and take some leadership in that.
With this funding, we elaborate and facilitate a series of 10 workshops. The material is there and can be used for other gardens next year. And with this funding too, we had people that we support that have been through the training in gardening, and those people came to the workshops and co-facilitate the workshop. When you grow your own food, and at the end of the season, you're so proud of everything you've done, and you give back to the community, so suddenly you're the leader, you're the one that giving and not only receiving. So that's really empowering.
The youth also have asked everything in the garden, where did it come from? And I've said, this is how it works. You fill out paperwork and explaining the process to them, and they go, oh wow, I didn't know that there were things like that out there. When they found out that the extra food was going to Harvest Project, they were like, wow, what I worked on is actually going to help somebody else in need. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
Connecting with the Edible Garden Project, connecting with Table Matters. We get weekly emails pretty much, just letting us know what's going on in the community. It's kept the enthusiasm up, kept giving us more options, stuff to look at.
We find fruit trees on the North Shore. We get the okay to come and take the fruit if it's going to fall to the ground.
And the idea is that the food is grown on the North Shore, it's then picked by volunteers, and then is redistributed to people who are in need to eat on the North Shore. So it really is about nourishing community.
We're actually getting out into the community, finding whatever space we can, and growing food with volunteers. Also, we're working to get people connected with space, so if they don't have anywhere to garden, they want to grow food, we can help. We're helping to get community gardens started and working with a sharing backyard project.
We were collecting all this compost and we didn't know what to do with it. We're putting on the labels on top of the containers. We're going to say you're feeding people, because basically the compost goes to the garden, which then goes to the harvest. Now that we have all these connections too, there's a possibility you can do things quite a bit cheaper, by sharing between different sites. And that's what's happening. It just keeps, it's like waves, the ripples just keep going out.
In a few short years, a network of local residents, businesses, and charitable organizations has formed. From community gardens to advocacy in municipal planning, scaling up food recovery, and urban farm development, the North Shore community is taking action on the future of our food.